So I've debated with myself about making this video because my husband is actually a law enforcement officer. And I kind of try to make sure that because of everything we have going on, I just want to always make sure that I represent him and my son in the best light possible. But with that being said, I don't think I would be able to rest until I can at least speak on how I feel. Because it's a little bit different to make a Facebook post than I want you to hear this in my voice from an unbiased person, because I am a law-abiding citizen. My husband is a police officer and I have a child. So therefore, I understand and I view what is going on from all perspectives. I appreciate the job that my husband does. I commend him and I'm so proud of him for the job that he does, because my husband goes to work every single day and puts his life on the line, because a simple traffic stop or a simple call to go to someone's domestic dispute could result in him being hurt, injured, or the loss of his life. So that's why there's not a day that goes by that I don't tell him to be safe when he goes to work, because I am fully aware of the dangers that my husband puts himself in to serve the area that he works in. So let me just throw that out there. But I'm also raising a young black man. And it literally tears me up emotionally when I was on Facebook yesterday. I honestly had to log off, because watching this man be murdered and then to see the hurt in his son and to watch that child, I felt it. And I felt it for two reasons. I felt it for one reason because even though my husband is a law enforcement officer, it could still easily be him. It could be him because of his job, because somebody decided to take his life in the line of duty. Or it could be because he was at the wrong place, the wrong time, and the wrong situation happened, and his life was taken. Not just by a police officer, but by a George Zimmerman. It could easily happen. And that is the world we live in. So I don't see a lot of my white Facebook friends, or I don't hear a lot of my white coworkers or white people that I know discuss this situation or situations like these unless they're saying something to the effect of, what do you mean Black Lives Matters? It's not just Black lives that matters. It's all lives that matter. Well, I am with you 100%. All lives definitely do matter. Whether you're black, brown, blue, yellow, whatever. I mean, even gorillas and alligators' lives matter. But what black people are not saying is that only black lives matter. What we're saying is that when a black person kills a black person, there are repercussions for that. There are consequences that they have to face because of that. If you don't believe me, look at the prison system. It's overpopulated by black men who have committed crimes and have had to face the consequences for their actions. But when a police officer or someone like George Zimmerman murders a black person and walks free, it's a slap in the face, and it makes us feel like black lives don't matter. And that is why we are saying Black Lives Matter. That's why you see that plaster. It's no different than when you see Blue Lives Matter in regards to police officers. Are they saying that no other lives matters? No, they are saying that too many police officers in the same have lost their lives for simple things because someone decided to get gun happy, or someone decided they didn't want to go to jail. So they decided to kill an officer just to avoid jail time. That is what we're saying. It is awful that in today's society that someone, a white man, I don't remember his name, but the young white college student that raped this girl and walked away with a sentence less than a lot of people go to jail for having marijuana on them. Marijuana, which hasn't killed anybody, hasn't raped anybody. They get more time for marijuana than somebody can get for raping someone or killing someone. That is what we're saying. And for people to say that, basically to try to discredit the Black Lives Matter hashtag, or the Black Lives Matter campaign simply because they want to say, well, all lives matter, is a slap in the face. How dare you? How dare you feel okay with not looking at it from a different perspective? And I try to be reasonable and say to myself, well, you know, they don't understand because they haven't had to deal with the things that we've dealt with. They haven't had to deal with the things that we've endured. They don't witness it. But to act like there is not a real problem in this country, to act like there's not a real problem with politics and the way people are treated and the way things go on, is a slap in the face. And it's pure ignorance. And it's ignorance by choice. Because if you cannot look at that man's child and feel a bit of sympathy, because a lot of you that I saw, oh, you didn't feel a bit of sympathy. Not one bit of sympathy. Matter of fact, I think more people felt sympathy for the dang on gorilla than they feel for a human being. That is disgusting to me. It is downright disgusting to me. And I'm just really taken back by it. And then my husband and I, we have open discussions about this all the time because unlike a lot of you, I'm open to viewing someone else's perspective. I mean, that's how you learn. This is completely off topic, but last year when we purchased our home, I had 2 white men in my kitchen. One was a supporter of the KKK, and one questioned me and talked to me about this whole Black Lives Matter campaign. Now, we all had very different backgrounds, beliefs, and had we not stood there and listened to each other and talked like adults and actually viewed things from someone else's perspective, we would have remained ignorant to a lot of things. So a lot of you don't know how to do that. That's why you don't understand the Black Lives Matter campaign or the Black Lives Matter hashtag, because you're not open to it. You're set in the ignorance of your own mind that you believe. And with that, you'll never learn anything. But back on topic. Me and my husband, we discussed this, and he said, well, Talisa, you know, the thing is, it happens, and it happens a lot. It's just only publicized when it's a white officer and it is a black person. And that means that if that is true, we still have a serious issue. That means that we have too many police officers out here who get a gun, who get a badge, who let that gun and badge go to their head and make poor choices and take someone's life. And what this does in terms is that it creates public fear, racial disturbances, amongst other things. So when people like my husband, who mean no harm, or my husband's cousin, who means no harm, walk up to you or approach a vehicle or go to a call because of this public fear, this racial tension, and everything publicized in the media, now their job has been made 10 times harder. Not only has their job been made 10 times harder, but it's increased the dangers, not only for them, but for the people involved, because these people are nervous and these people are worried. I don't even commit crimes. I'm like one of the most law-abiding citizens. I mean, I might take a few extra condiments here and there and a few extra napkins, but other than that, I'm a law-abiding citizen. And when we got pulled over Monday, matter of fact, I was nervous. I was honestly nervous because of everything that's presented. So now, because of these bad officers that aren't having to face consequences for their actions, that are still allowed to walk the streets, that are still allowed to disrespect people, talk to people any kind of way, to do people the way they want to do them, it makes these good officers' jobs 10 times harder. There has got to be a change. There has got to be a change. We as people together have to unite. We as black people have to fix things within our community, and we as a society have to fix things amongst our society, because there is power in numbers, there is power in unity. Nothing great ever accomplished was accomplished by people not sticking together and not standing for something. We've all got to stand for this together and figure out how to fix this problem. We've got to gain the right people's attention in the right way.